Can Hooker's pace survive Saint-Denis' grappling pressure? Welcome back to The Prestige. Today we're breaking down a pivotal UFC 325 lightweight matchup, Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint-Denis. If you are new to MMA, this is a classic clash between a high-volume striker who thrives on pace and range and a dangerous submission hunter who wants to fight on the mat. We'll keep it simple for the newer fans while diving into the stats, win conditions, and hidden details that matter for the experienced viewers. Let's break it down section by section. First comes the fight style interaction map, how these two styles play up against each other. Dan Hooker's primary style is a volume pressure striker. He builds damage through reach, kicks, and sustained output. His secondary style is opportunistic finisher, capitalizing on when opponents fade or overextend. Benoit Saint-Denis' primary style is a submission hunter. He actively forces grappling exchanges to chain submissions. His secondary style is a power striker. He uses it to close distance and create takedown entries. The preferred phases each fighter wants for this fight. Hooker prefers distant striking exchanges where he can accumulate volume or rely on defensive wrestling to keep the fight standing. Saint-Denis prefers clinch entries and takedowns to force ground phases and activate his submission chains. The phases each wants to avoid. Hooker wants to avoid prolonged ground control where submission threats compound. And Saint-Denis wants to avoid extended stand-up exchanges where Hooker's volume steadily erodes his power. And how and where their styles collide, it'll be in the clinch transitions and early takedown attempts. Hooker's reach and output meet Saint-Denis' grappling persistence, often leading to scrambles that test Hooker's defensive wrestling against Saint-Denis' ability to convert transitions into control. Now onto the win funnels. This is the clear path each fighter needs to follow to win. Dan Hooker's win funnel is to establish range with long kicks and jabs, forcing Saint-Denis to close in aggressively. Stuff takedowns and punish entries with volume, winning exchanges through pace, and accumulate damage for a late knockout or a clear decision via cardio and output. Saint-Denis' win funnel is to close distance with level changes, capitalizing on Hooker's forward pressure, chain takedowns and ground time to neutralize stand-up advantages, and lock in a rear naked choke or arm triangle from dominant positions or scrambles. Now here are the strengths that each brings specifically to this fight. Dan Hooker, he brings pace and distance edge. Superior volume and reach keep the fight standing. Elite takedown defense will frustrate him, and his full city kickboxing camp sharpens his adjustments. And Saint-Denis, he brings a grappling and finish edge. High submission volume punishes any scrambles, improves striking accuracy on failed shots, and he had his camp in Sydney, Australia, which should boost momentum and comfort. And on the flip side, the weaknesses that can get targeted by the fighters. Dan Hooker, he has a ground and durability risk. Limited counter wrestling if he's initiated. He absorbs damage on aggressive closes, and he has recent submission losses, which raise fatigue questions. He must keep the fight standing. And Benoit Saint-Denis, he brings a volume and cardio risk. He has negative striking differential over time. He has lower takedown defense if he's pressured, and his decision durability is less proven. He needs early grappling success. The hidden detail the numbers reveal is Benoit Saint-Denis' control efficiency spikes against volume strikers like Hooker, creating more submission chances as the pace breaks defensive wrestling. Most analysis focus on the takedown accuracy and not how fatigue fuels submission chains, and it appears in round 2 as Hooker's output will dip under pressure, and it'll benefit Benoit Saint-Denis, tilting any ground phase his way. Our 100,000 Monte Carlo simulations model per minute strike output, takedown probabilities, ground persistence, finish rate, fatigue curves, and camp-based modifiers. 3-round lightweight bout at sea level in Sydney. Hooker receives endurance and volume boosts from his city kickboxing stability, and Saint-Denis gains grappling efficiency from early camp timing and post-Dariush momentum. And Dan Hooker comes in with a 58.41 chance to win this fight, with 34.22% by knockout, 2.18% by submission, and 22.01% by decision. And Benoit Saint-Denis has a 41.59% chance to win this fight, with a 12.67% chance by knockout, 18.45 by submission, and 10.47 by decision. The most common finish window is round 2, and the outcome volatility score is chaotic. Dan Hooker's volume, reach, and takedown defense gives him a clear edge to control the stand-up and wear down Benoit Saint-Denis over 3 rounds, leading to a late-round knockout or a decision. Saint-Denis' control efficiency and submission threat keep the volatility high, though, but Hooker's defensive matrix hold up more often than they don't. If this fight does flip, it is because Saint-Denis chains an early takedown into a submission before Hooker's pace can start to take over. What do you think? Dan Hooker by knockout or Benoit by sub? Drop your prediction below. I read every one. Smash the like if this breakdown helped. Subscribe for more fight deep dives and turn on notifications so you don't miss the full UFC 325 card series. Thanks for watching, and let's see who comes out on top.